guys, it's Megan and Ajax, who doesn't want to behave. If you are returning to my channel, then welcome back, and if you are new, then welcome aboard. So since it is the new year, Happy New Year to everyone. I'm gonna go kind of with resolutions, but not exactly. I don't usually make resolutions because they're always the same and we never actually fulfill them. So let's do something that's like more fun and things that we actually kind of want to achieve. So instead of saying, I'm gonna eat more kale this year, I'm going to say some of my Disney bucket list items, things that I have not yet actually achieved or done at Walt Disney World or at the Disney parks in general, but I would really like to. Not necessarily this year, but just sometime in my life. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this one out of the way because it's so unlikely that I don't even know why I still put it on my bucket list. But stay at Cinderellas Castle, or at least go into the suite in Cinderellas Castle. I know that there is like a 0% chance of me ever doing that, but I'm still holding out hope and I still have it on there. It's just probably not ever gonna happen, so I'm gonna kind of like put it in its own separate little I wish it could happen category. So yeah, after that one, then the rest of these are pretty attainable. So the first couple of things are things that have been on my bucket list for a while and I have actually achieved them. There's not very many of them, which is kind of depressing for someone who likes Disney as much as I do, and it's been as many times as I have. There's only 6 things that are actually I've done on my bucket list. The first one is do all 4 Disney parks in one day. I did that. I've done a video on it. I'll link that up there, that corner I think, and you can see how I recommend going through the parks. If you're going to do all 4 parks in one day, don't necessarily recommend it, but if it's on your bucket list, then go ahead, do it, sweat yourself to death for that one day, and you can check that off. Another one, which is a really minor thing and only like super Disney freaks are gonna even know what I'm talking about, be the Rebel Spy. Everyone who rides Star Tours wants to be the Rebel Spy, and I totally was one time. I had a little flower in my hair, so I looked particularly menacing. But yeah, I was the Rebel Spy one time on Star Tours. I'd like to do it again so that I can actually like have someone with me. I was alone when it happened, so I'd like to actually have someone with me so that they can verify it, but it totally happened. The next one is be there for Flower and Garden Festival at Epcot. I was working the college program while Flower and Garden was going on, so I got to see that multiple times. It's really great, and I'd like to go back and see it again. And the next 2 kind of go together. Get married at Disney World and meet Richard. Those 2 things kind of go together. If you don't know who Richard is, he is the adorable gentleman who works at the Grand Floridian, and he's in a lot of bridal pictures because he is the official train conductor is what he calls himself, and he just kind of fluffs brides' trains on their dresses and stuff, helps them out while they're taking pictures before their weddings, usually at either at the Grand Floridian or at the wedding pavilion, somewhere over in that area. And he is adorable, and I'm going to insert a picture here so you can see this is when I met Richard, and he was my best friend and I love him. And the last one is on my bucket list, and I'm going to kind of keep it open because it was be a cast member / be a cast member again. Obviously I was able to be a cast member while I was doing the college program in 2012, but I would really desperately like to be a cast member again one day, whether that is in the corporate side or just in the parks doing something. Definitely want to be part of the Disney Magic again at some point. One that I didn't check off because I didn't totally do it. The very first 24-hour day at Disney World happened while I was on my college program. It was for leap year in 2012, and they had on leap day, it was open for 24 straight hours. And I actually did not have to work. Miracle of miracles, I didn't have to work that day. So I actually went into the park and did some stuff, but I didn't stay for the full 24 hours. So one day, if they do another 24-hour day, maybe I will muster up the courage and stay for the full 24 hours. If not, I'll go ahead and check that one off and say that I was part of a 24-hour day, and we'll tentatively count that. So now on to the things that I would like to do but have not actually yet done. Most of these are pretty attainable things, stuff that most people have probably done, especially if they have gone to the parks multiple times, and I just have never actually done them. I have never been to Not So Scary, I've never been to Very Merry. I want to go, I want to dress up, I want to get all the candy and all the cookies and the cocoa. I've never done it. I have watched so many videos of it that I feel like I've done it, but I have not actually ever done it, and I really want to. I have also never actually been for Food and Wine Festival at Epcot. I've been there for Flower and Garden, never been for Food and Wine, and what's better than Disney and food? Excuse me, I already eat my way around Epcot, so let's bring in some new stuff and try that out. That sounds awesome. And I also want to take a couple of tours. I know it's not a thing that you can just like do, but I would love to see Walt's apartment at Disneyland. And I also want to take my husband on the Key to the Kingdom tour because I need him to experience the utilidors at Magic Kingdom. and I don't foresee him ever being a cast member at Magic Kingdom, so I need him to experience that and just appreciate what cast members go through at Magic Kingdom. Plus, I've never done the Keys to the Kingdom tour, and I'd like to do it, even though I probably know a lot of the stuff. I still think it'd be fun. One more event that I have never done but I would also really like to go to is Dapper Day. I don't care which one it is. I could go in Disneyland, Disney World, don't really care. But I really definitely want to do a Dapper Day sometime, and probably want to Disney bound my Dapper ensemble. Not sure who I would be, what I would be, if I will ever do this, but that's a goal. I want to go to a Dapper Day. I don't have any lofty goals of eating at every Disney restaurant or eating, you know, at even a certain number of the like high quality dining establishments or anything, but I do want to stay at all of the Magic Kingdom resorts. So I want to stay at the monorail resorts. I'd like to stay at Wilderness Lodge too, but mainly the Polynesian, the Contemporary, and the Grand Floridian. Those three, I definitely want to stay at all three of those so that I can take the monorail into Magic Kingdom. Mainly I want to do this to avoid TTC at all costs because I hate TTC, like pretty much everyone else in the world. And my last bucket list item is probably the most trivial bucket list item that someone could have. I want to meet the Evil Queen. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I love and adore the Evil Queen. She is my spirit animal. I've been compared to her multiple times because I like to arch my eyebrows and stuff. But yeah, the Evil Queen, that is the one Disney character that if I could meet no one else for the rest of eternity, that's who I want to meet. So that was my Disney bucket list, guys. Tell me what your bucket lists are. Did I have some things that you agree with? Did I have some stuff that you're like, why would you ever want to do that? Like, why is that your like must do thing? Let me know those down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.